Joe Gaming Goalie here, and yeah, no cup of tea today, it's too hot, dude. Do you like my Iron Maiden cup? It's awesome, isn't it? Yeah, my brother got me that for Christmas. I've drank the beer now though, it took me a while to drink that. But yeah, it's a hot day today. But yeah, I need to get on and do some videos. It's Friday. That's the day that I either film or capture games. And then obviously I get like to... Well, sometimes I do more than one video, so then I've got like a backlog of videos, but of late, I haven't had that much time, so yeah, I've been just doing 2 videos each week. It's fine, it doesn't matter, whatever, as long as I have the time, which we always do. We make time, you know, we make time. So I said I'll go on about, you know, nostalgic times, nostalgic talk, memories. You know, I've done a lot of gaming stories and things, but yeah, and I will get to some more gaming stuff, gaming stories and things like that. But yeah, talk about various other things really. So yeah, we are gonna talk about we're going to talk about old gaming setups. So yeah, my old gaming setups in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, me and my brother was like talking, you know, met up. We talk about the past sometimes and but yeah, it's quite funny. So we're going through all the setups we had over time. Yeah, through the early 90s and early 2000s, basically. And obviously we didn't have a lot of money, and, you know, because you didn't have... A lot of families didn't have a lot of money back in the 90s. You always got either hand-me-downs or pre-owned stuff or whatever, you know. Yeah, I mean, it didn't affect any of us. We just... Yeah, we didn't really care, you know. Yeah, no, a lot of us didn't really care. And to be fair, might be why I'm so much into the older gaming stuff, because I don't really care about having the latest gaming console. It doesn't mean anything to me. Nothing wrong with having older gaming consoles and stuff, you know, nothing wrong with it at all. At the end of the day, is it fun? Yes, very much so. I have more fun playing retro gaming stuff than I do modern gaming stuff, although I must say 1 or 2 gaming things, modern gaming things are pretty cool, but it's very far and few for me, so yeah. Anyway, gaming setup. So yeah, I remember my bedroom back when I was a teenager, and every piece of furniture was white furniture, and I had this white desk, I remember, and I had I need to find it. I don't have it anymore. Kind of wish I still had it, but let me find it. Here we go. So yes, I had this. It is like a TV, a CRT stand thing for the PlayStation 1. Can you see that, guys? I really hope so. So I had this originally, and it was just this hunk of plastic which you put your Videocon-V, I had a Videocon-V CRT thing, put on top, you put your PlayStation in the gap, and then it holded 2 controllers in these cradles. There you go, I'll show you again. Yeah, I had that. And I actually did have this PlayStation 1 shelf as well. I also had a Dreamcast one back in the day. It was like a blue plastic Dreamcast shelf. It did keep the games pretty well, but obviously my Dreamcast collection grew, and so did my PlayStation 1. So yeah, it didn't really work in the end, unless you could get hold of a load of them. But I do wish I have still some of those things, and I do wish I had that CRT PlayStation holder or cradle, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we had that. I remember. But yeah, my when I first had, because my first console was the Sega Mega Drive, and we started to get a little bit of a collection. We had about 10 games over time, very slowly, but yeah, we had 10 games, and that was a huge amount to us. We were like, oh my god. And we were picking them up left, right and centre, because the car boot sale, had loads of Mega Drive, and they were £1, some of them 50p. A lot of the sports titles, which people are now collecting, and they go for a lot of money, which I'm like, what? Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute, but craziness. But yeah, started to get a bit of a collection, and I asked my dad, Dad, can you put up a shelf? And Dad's like, I'm sorry, I don't have time. And I feel sorry for him, because he worked a lot, my dad. And he just decorated my room, and he's like, I just decorated it. He's like, I'm sorry. I don't think he wanted the walls damaged or anything like that. So yeah, couldn't put too many pictures up, or and yeah, my dad was busy, so I kind of could tell, like, he was knackered, and I was just like, I ain't bothering my poor dad ever again about the shelf. And I'm like, maybe I can make something, Yeah, my dad worked a hell of a lot, bless him. He did eventually put up a shelf for me. two white ones. So yeah, but anyway. But, I was like, Dad, have you got like a spare shelf thing? Maybe I can make one. He's like, yeah, sure. Gave me a plank for a shelf thing. He goes, I'll put it up eventually for you. He goes, and I was like, it's okay, Dad, it's okay. Don't worry. But yeah, I just made do with what I had. So I had this shelf, and I had these two thick binders. And me and my brother were laughing about it in the pub. We were like, oh my god, do you remember we did that? So yeah, basically I put these two thick binders either end, and then placed the shelf plank on top, and it sort of holded. So it sort of made like a, so I could put games on top and then games on the bottom. It gave me more room, which is what I wanted, because I had them on my desk. So yeah, that was my setup. I had this white desk, two binders like that, so I was able to put like games on the desk, and then I had the shelf plank on top of the two binders with a load more games. Yay! And I had more space for even more games. Yeah, because I didn't have a lot of room. Didn't have a big room or anything like that. We had quite a small room. But yeah, that was my setup. And then obviously eventually I got that PlayStation 1 cradle, and then I put my little video CRT Conv on there. I had a VHS CRT. I think it might have been a Bush, if I remember. I can't remember now. I actually asked my brother if we still had those at home, but he said no, they all died. So yeah, we don't have those anymore, because I was literally going to have that back in my life. I was going to say, oh, can I have that CRT? Since my CRT broke. Anyway, so that was one of my setups. I'm going to talk about, I actually have a picture of when I was a teenager. I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, I remember my brother, he's had many setups, but maybe he might do a video on setups, and maybe we might do a one together where we talk about. But yeah, we were laughing and said, oh, do you remember you put the two binders on the shelf with a plank? We laugh about it. We're like, oh god, it's so silly, and it looked, yeah, but it whatever, it was practical, it worked, and we just made do back in the 90s, we didn't have a lot. We just created our own setups, and we didn't know what we were doing. You know, you see now on YouTube, people have these such big, you know, glamorous almost setups. They're just very aesthetically pleasing. It's all about aesthetics now, and lights, and it's just like a showroom. You know, it's just gleaming. It's so, yeah. But I love the old days, man. This is why I wanted to speak about this. My old gaming setups, you know, it wasn't much, but we had what we had. We make do with what we had. But yeah, one of the things my brother had was this. It was kind of low. It was this black CRT. So it had like a top shelf bit that the CRTV sat on, and then a bottom bit. So that's where he had all of his. I think he had gaming consoles underneath, and on top. But yeah, it was you know, it was like a CRTV stand. It had like little wheels. But yeah, I remember he always used that for a few setups and things. You can't. I expect you can't even get hold of one of those anymore. But yeah, it wasn't anything fancy. It was just this black plasticky. I think it was like a wood chip with like a plasticky coating on top. You know, swivelly wheels on the bottom. You put the CRTV on top, and you had a couple of consoles down at the bottom. You know, and he also had a white desk like me, and it's really funny seeing people. They have those white shelves that, you know, they're getting into the sort of the white shelving now, but it just so reminds me of the 90s. Like we had white bedroom furniture, and it just, yeah, it reminds me of the white bedroom furniture we used to have of the 90s and early 2000s. So yeah, I don't really, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. People like it. They find it a little bit whiter and brighter and brightens up their dark, you know, because a lot of people have small rooms, and that's fine. But I'm quite happy with my I have black and pine shelving. Yeah, people get the, what was it? I don't know. It's like Kallax white shelving, isn't it? I don't know. I forget what you call it now. It's got a name for it, but yeah, most people have the same sort of shelving, don't they? White shelving. But anyway, you know, my room was a horrible pink. I remember. And I had pink walls, pink, you know, border and wallpaper and pink curtains, and yep. But as I got into my teenage years, I was just like, ugh, you know, I got a bit sort of punky and gothy, and yeah, I didn't want the pink wallpaper anymore. So I literally covered it in a load of posters. And I have an old picture here, and yeah, oh my god, there's a Misfits poster, Iron Maiden, Avril Lavigne, Green Day. I got Rancid on there, My Ruin, Horror Pops, Distillers. Yeah, a whole range of bands plastered all over the walls to cover up that hideous pink. And I even got my old Resident Evil poster here, which I still have. I carefully pulled it off of the wall and put it back into the walkthrough. And then, like I say, I got the white shelving on, and then I got this white shelving which I put on top of my old white desk, if I remember. Yeah. Got my old CD player, dude. Yeah, that thing pumped out some loud. That was loud. You could. Yeah. I've even got my old record player here for my vinyls. And at the time, was quite a big collection, but yeah. You don't see my Mega Drive collection in this picture, sadly. That was on another shelf on the floor, but It's a shame. I don't have that many pictures. And my brother, he was trying to find some old pictures of his gaming set, his old gaming setups and things. I think he's got a few. Yeah, I hope, I'm going to mention this. Combat Retro, please do a video on, yeah, talking about your gaming setups. And if you've got any pictures or any footage, old footage or anything like that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to show you the picture now. Here it is, guys. Ah, it's so cool. But yeah, you can see my old Resident Evil 4 figures down the side. The start of the PS2 collection and GameCube. We've got PS1. There's my old original GameCube, which I still have to this day. Look at my CD player, dudes. Oh. But yeah, this was a setup. And then I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I think it was near this I had like a window, so underneath, like, that's where the Mega Drive was and things. And I had like the TV and everything on the desk. But yeah, you can't see that sadly. Yeah, there's my old collection. But yeah, you can see what I mean by the white nice furniture. So yeah, that was the type of furniture back in the 90s and early 2000s. It's just like this cheap, like, is it MDF with this cheap plasticky white coating on top. But yeah, I remember that shelf, it bent with the weight of all the games after time, and I literally got way more than this. This is in the early days, early Joe Gaming early days, that one. I might as well show you this anyway, but I better cover up. Obviously my brother is a lot older, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't want his young self or anything. Actually, it might be just, I'm gonna cover it up a lot more than that. So there you go. So my brother is in the picture, but he was really young at the time, and he's holding Grand Theft Auto 3, that's it. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3. There, you can see my pink curtains again. And then all my plasters that I plastered all around. Yeah, you can't quite see, but in this corner, you might be able to see, I have like my old yellow Game Boy Pocket, and it looks like some N64 games there, some PS2, PS1, all stacked up. I guess they're games that I was playing at the time. Yeah, yeah, the old games were a bit pants back in the day, but you know, I didn't have a lot of money, and anyway, and then I moved in. Basically, my mum and dad got a huge loft conversion done, so they went up into the new loft conversion. So I had the big main room of the bungalow, and it was huge. And then that's when the collection got a lot bigger for me, because I remember these. Oh, they were white as well. What is with the white furniture back in the day? But yeah, I had these white built-in wardrobes, basically. Built-in wardrobes. Going all across this one wall. I didn't have that many clothes, and I wasn't really... I did like fashion, because obviously I loved the goth style. I still do. I still sometimes actually dress proper full goth, you know. I have my more goth days, and then I have my more sort of like, I guess, plain days, although a lot of people say I look quite 90s a lot of the time. But I still do my makeup like I did back in the 90s anyway. What the hell's blending? I'll just say blending? what the hell's that? I was just like, yeah, put some colour on my eyelids, whatever. Don't care if it's blended in or not. Jeez, just shove it on there. That'd do. And I actually still wear a lot of the same products of the 90s. Anyway, I don't want to talk about makeup because no one cares about that. But anyway, see, ADHD brain. An autistic brain at work here. What the hell was I even talking about? But anyway, Jesus Christ. But yes, I was into fashion, but I only had one wardrobe full of clothes, and I didn't want any more than that. Yes, I was a girl, I was a female, but I wasn't all that into clothes. So yeah, I just used the other two for storage. And that was stacked to the brim with games. And then I had like a gaming, basically it's where the bed should be. Because it had like this pull string light thing. So if you had the bed there, you could turn the light on and read a book in bed. But I didn't want to put my bed there. I think I remember I put in my bed in the massive bay window bit. But it fitted the bed in there perfectly fine. And then I put my gaming stuff on that wall where the pool light was, where the bed should be. And I remember, I had this like column tower thing full of PS1 games, which I kept buying down at Cash Converter. Every time I finished work, I would go down there because they were literally giving them away. Like, nobody cared about retro. No one cared about it. And they were just like either throwing it in the bin. I would get it for free. I remember this place threw it all in the skip, and I was just like, hell yeah. I just took it. People were just throwing it away at car boot sales. But yeah. And then I had my big old CRT on a stand, and then all the consoles underneath, and eventually I would get a flat screen in that bedroom. But yeah, that was my like setup. And I swear to God, right? When because I originally had the chunky PS3, the OG one, when it first came out. I didn't quite get it on launch. But yeah, sort of got a little bit later. But yeah, I swear I put that thing on a CRT. I swear I did, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, my mind's fuzzy in places, but trying to sort of go back to nostalgic times. I swear I put that on there. Maybe it was just on the big old flat screen. Might have been, yeah. I had a chunky, because back then flat screens weren't so flat, they were quite chunky. But yeah. But yeah, that was my like setup, if I remember. There wasn't really much going on with that. It was mostly all in the built-in wardrobes, and I had like some old bookshelves which I stuck in these wardrobes, filled it with gaming stuff. I had a lot of my and in this third one, I had like parts, broken consoles, I remember, and the consoles that I wanted to do up. I had my tools in there and things that I was going to sell, like projects, like Project N64. I bought this N64 at car boot sale, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make some. Because I used to make a lot of money from doing up Super Nintendo consoles, and, basically, a lot of the time I just cleaned it. Or cleaned the inside, and that tends to sort of get it working again. I wasn't like, mega, and it was missing bits, so I'd like do like a bundle, sell it on, and yeah, the consoles used to be absolutely covered in filth, the games wouldn't work, and oh yeah, I used to do NESs as well. I've done a lot of NESs in my time, and yeah, a lot of the time it didn't work because it just needed a good clean inside of the console. So I'd open it up and give it a thorough clean, and the game usually is filthy as well. And just get it working do a bundle, sell it on. Yeah, I had lots of projects. And one of them, I remember I think I bought the N64. No, I remember, that's it. I remember I went to the booty, and I kept seeing N64s, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to grab one of those when I see it. And I never did see one for ages. When you want it, it's like, God damn it. And I think I did get a N64 at boot sale eventually. But I know what I remember. I already told this story, but I went to a really old game shop that no longer exists in Worthing, and it was on the outskirts of Worthing. So as you come into Worthing town, little shop there. I don't know what it is now. I think it's just like a fast food place now. It makes me so sad. It's on like a corner, and absolutely, like seriously, it was stacked in there. It was amazing. I just wish I wish I could go back to the past. I really do. I didn't have that much money because I was kind of starting to work. But yeah, not quite. I was still too young. But I had little jobs, and it only gave me a little bit of money. So I wish I could go back in the past, because oh my god, that place is amazing. Amazing. I wonder what they did with all that retro. But I remember it was a big middle shelf. So as you walk in, big middle shelf, and you either go down that aisle or down that aisle. So there's 2 aisles. But the shelves are like literally from bottom to top full of retro gaming stuff. The right side were literally stacks and stacks of consoles. So they had like tons of N64, tons of Mega Drive, and then the other side full of games. I remember it, it's clear as day. It's really weird what some things I remember clear as day and some things I just don't. And I remember on the, as you come in, the right side in the corner had a Dreamcast kiosk, and I really wanted that. I wanted to buy that so much. And I was trying to save my hardest. But I did ask. He said, no, it's not for sale anyway. But I wouldn't have been able to afford it anyway, I doubt it. But yeah, I was in there one day looking, and these young people came in with an N64. I did a story time video, the store that didn't want the N64. I left, they left, and I say, oh, wait, how much do you want for the N64? And, I can't remember, it was really cheap. I went, oh yeah, I'll buy it off you. So, and I was going to buy it as a project console, but I ended up keeping it, didn't I? And yeah, I ended up just keeping my entire N64 collection, and I still have my N64 collection to this day, although I don't have the same N64. I sold that on years ago. I kept getting different N64s. I even had the green clear one eventually, and then I have the Mario. I got a boxed Mario N64 console, and that's what I have today. But yeah, I've had a few N64s in my time, but the main thing was I was gonna get it, do it up, just mess around with it, play with it, and have fun, and play with a couple of games, clean it up, make a decent bundle, and then sell it on. But it never happened. I mean, obviously I sold the console. We did kind of make a small bundle. We did make some money on it, but I wasn't gonna keep the N64. But we still have it to this day. People don't really like the N64, and I don't get it, because the N64 is awesome. But yeah, it's crazy, man. One thing I didn't expect was retro to be expensive, Like when I started collecting, I never thought, it'd be popular in years to come. And But then there was, so many people that collected comic books back in the day didn't expect the comic books to be really expensive. And yeah, no, I was one of those people. I was just like, man, people see it as old junk. I mean, me and my brother were kind of bullied because we had the old Mega Drive when the PS1 was out. I mean, I didn't give a toss. And I was just like, I won't swear, but yeah, a lot of swear words came out. Oh, shut up. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't I wasn't bothered. And I'm kind of glad that I had the older consoles because it gave me a lot of love and respect for the older gaming systems. And I love older stuff in general. I love old cars, motorbikes, I love old antiques, I love history. So, yeah, whatever. It's made me a more interesting person. And I like interesting things because of it. Because of having the older stuff. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't have the latest console. But yeah, so many people were just selling it dead cheap at car boot sales, 50p a pound. In fact, people just go, yeah, have it, because it's junk. Just throwing it out in the bin and skips, and yeah, no one gave a damn about the retro back in the day, and that's when I was collecting and it was so good. Obviously it'll never be like that again, I know that, but I have such good memories, back then, and it was just so... yeah, if I didn't collect it back then, I don't think I would have the retro that you see today. I don't think I would even have any retro because it's really expensive. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, if I did have a retro collection, it won't be as good. So I'm very, very lucky when I collected. But yeah, God, it's really weird that people bullied people for not having the latest console. And it's really funny because I bet those people are like, oh, it's fashionable now, so therefore I'm going to collect it. I bet they do it now though, don't they? I bet they do it now. Unbelievable. But yeah, me and my brother had a Mega Drive 2 when the PlayStation 1 was out. It just come out, and yeah, that's when we started collecting. And noticing that loads of old tech goes to the car boot sales to die. And we were like, hell yeah, we're collecting this stuff. And that's when we started collecting. So yeah, and we never really got rid of any of our stuff as a kid and teenager, and we just been collecting forever, really. Some stuff came and went, and but yeah, we never stopped collecting gaming stuff. It's always been there, and we done it for such a long time. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't think I would. Thought I'd probably get rid of it at some point. But yeah, we've had some not great setups of the past. We've had some funny looking setups that were a bit higgledy-piggledy, makeshift. Makeshift, like shelving with the folder binders holding a piece of plank of wood up to make our makeshift shelves, and questionable things like that. I can't really think of anything else, but yeah, when it comes to gaming setups, but they weren't that great. There wasn't a lot going on, we didn't really think about setups back in the day. I do feel like my setups are kind of a bit 90s still, really. They're not aesthetically pleasing, but they're practical. I'm not really... I've never been really an aesthetic collector anyway. Like I say, I'm still stuck in the past the way I do things is the way I do things, and yeah, I've always done it this way, and I continue to do it. So, but yeah, I just got some shelves, just got some games. It's not really fancy or anything like that, but I don't really want anything fancy. I don't want lights, and I mean that would do my eyes in for one. I don't like bright lights and stuff everywhere. It's too distracting for me. I just need to concentrate on the game. You know, I don't want lights that are going to give me headaches, and yeah, these, what are they, LCD fluorescent, yeah, it just does my eyes in. Yeah, I don't want anything too loud, just give me a headache. Don't want clutter. You know, I have a separate shelf for my figurines, because I don't want it everywhere, all over the shelves, all in front of the games, all in between the games, because I don't want my figures broken. And I used to have figures all in between the games and all that, and we'd pull a game out and then all my friggin' figures would fall on the floor. No. So I very much prefer my setup now. So very plain, but yeah, it's tidy, and it suits my life, you know. Obviously I'm gonna do a new setup soon in the bedroom. I did have a CRTV. It's gone, guys. So we can do all that up now, slowly. I'll show you that at some point. Yeah, but yeah, it's not gonna be anything crazy or anything like that. It's not gonna be aesthetically pleasing. It's just gonna be practical, and all the consoles will be, you know, all the consoles I want to play are going to be set up, and yeah, it's just going to be practical. Cool. It's going to make life easier, and make it easier for me to create gameplay videos, like proper retro gaming videos with original consoles and hardware, you know. Hell yeah. So yeah, anyway, I did babble on about other things, other nostalgic things, but yeah, they're the kind of the old setups that I remember back in the day, and yeah, they weren't anything fancy. We made do with what we had. You know, I put a bookshelf higher up onto an old desk, so I can have, you know, basically a shelf like eye level, basically. But yeah, I just made do with what I had, and yeah, using folders as shelves. I honestly can't remember anything else I did. I bet my brother is going to be like, Joe, do you remember when you did this silly thing? But yeah, I can't remember anything other than that. I'm sure I had a few more weird setups, but yeah, that's all I can remember, to be quite honest. I remember having an old CRT, my black and white. Yes, I had a black and white CRT. That was a hand-me-down, and my parents had it already, but so they gave me it, and my setup was literally on the floor. Yeah, an old CRTV on the floor, and I completed for the first time Sonic 3D. Yeah, the old Sonic 3D game up there. I can't really get it, but yeah, I love that game. And the first time I completed that game, it was all in black and white. On Mega Drive, yeah, Sonic 3D on Mega Drive, and that's why I care about and love that game. I got good memories attached to that. So the first time I played that game, all black and white. So you can imagine what it was like when I eventually played it in colour. Mind blowing. So yeah, it's crazy. So but yeah, that setup was pants. It was literally a TV on the floor and a Mega Drive. Oh my god. But yeah, it's all we had, really. It's all we had. We made do with our setups. Anyway, that is my talking about old gaming setups and a little bit of other nostalgic-y doobry things within there. Yeah, that was one of my new video ideas I thought I'll talk about. I've got loads of other nostalgic talky videos that I'm gonna do. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'm gonna say thanks for watching now. I think that's everything. I can't really think of anything else, guys. So yeah, quite hard to remember some bits. Like I say, some things I remember clearly, some things I don't. Yeah. It doesn't help that I'm super tired from work. But anyway, day off today, so I'm gonna try and relax. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Woo!